I'm Kevin, and welcome to my podcast, Finding My Freedom, where we talk about what gets us going, what is our passion, what drives you to get up out of bed in the morning. That's not just go to work, do the grind, and get it done. What do you do on your free time? What do you do when you think about things that you have the option to do, rather than do the things that you have to do? And I'm finding some very interesting people that I get to have a chance to talk to that I might not have ever got the chance to talk to until I started this podcast, just through meeting people and talking about their different stories. I'm very excited to bring you my next guest. He is an actor and a filmmaker, and he's from France with very humble beginnings. Came to this country with the American dream in mind and fell in love with the people and our culture. I met him through Sunny Leilani and thought it would be a good idea to have a chat and see if he wanted to come on the podcast. He's also an activist and a big proponent going against big oil and what they're trying to do to our country. So he uses his filmmaking and acting skills in order to bring more awareness towards his cause, which is absolutely outstanding. It is such a respectable thing to be able to support people with that kind of passion and that kind of drive and that kind of love for what they do. And it's so nice to share that experience and to talk with somebody who has that kind of passion. So with great honor and respect, I bring you Cyrille Autin, the actor, the filmmaker, and the activist. Hey Cyrille, how you doing, buddy?
I've been good. We are in a situation right here now in northern Nevada where it's a little complicated, but at the same time it's very simple. They're going to they have a project of building a lithium mine in Thacker Pass. And in order to do so, they need to produce on site 6,000 tons of sulfuric acid. And the whole project will cost 100 billion gallons of water. The total of sulfuric acid produced for that project will be 88 million tons of sulfuric acid. And it's right up there at like 5,000 feet high. Surpassed. The winds are blowing stronger and stronger every year. And, we're in a miner's place, the diggers make this town live, And so it's a difficult stand at this point. And we're trying to find the angle to bring people together and stand with us for that land. It's a very special land. It's a land that doesn't want to be touched. A massacre happened there, and Pi'imuhu, the name of the site for the Shoshone people, means the rotten moon, because the massacre was done in such a horrible way that the body was rotting under the moon. And that's the name of the place. So we're trying to bring attention to the dangers of lithium. And in fact, it seems like, I don't want to go there right now, but, most people think about lithium as the new green future, but 88 tons of sulfuric acid is not a green, clean future.
No, it's definitely not. So I met you through Sunny, And you guys are up in Thacker Pass. And how long are you guys planning on staying up there, and how'd you get there?
Oh, so Sonny and I, we met in Standing Rock. And we've been rocking and rolling together since then. And about Standing Rock, when I created the page for Standing Rock, for hashtag Standing Rock on Facebook, I had a quote here that says, "When I admire the wonders of a sunset or the beauty of the moon, my soul expands in the worship of the Creator." It's from Gandhi. And so the work I've been doing, and after I said, I hope that those pictures will make you feel the love of our Mother Earth and the urge to protect it for the children to come. So you see, that's basically the work we've been doing, and Sonny's been doing it through music, and I've been doing it through my visuals, basically.
So how did you get your start, and what influenced you to make the sort of movies that you make?
So I was born in the south suburbs of Paris, France. And I first came to America in 76 and 77, the year of 76, 77. And I was in Berkeley, California. I went to King Junior High School. And I had a drama class there. So my journey started there as an actor, and also as a big opening to music in general. That was the year of Song of the Key of Life of Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah.
And it was when disco, funk, and soul were all mixed together.
Oh yeah.
And and from there on, after being on stage there, and after especially touring the little show we created in school into the senior citizen homes, and I saw the light in the eyes of the old people, and from that I decided I was going to be an actor, and I followed the acting path, through schools and conservatories and all this and all that, but I had to finish high school. My parents forced me to finish high school. And so I finished high school, but I never went to college or anything like this. And then I pursued the acting career from Paris, New York, Paris, Los Angeles, and the whole shebang. But when I came back this time on this trip to America was 2004. So my last trip to America was 2004. And there I came back with a feature film called Healers, which was basically a rock and roll road movie from New York down to Corpus Christi, Texas. And that feature I wrote so got me some open doors, and people were very excited about it. And but when I came actually to America and to meet the people, everybody flaked down on me. I mean, I was living in Oakland, California, and I had to meet the production people in Los Angeles, and I had 4 appointments, but after the first one, by the time I got back to my motel, the 4 other ones were canceled. So after that, I was still in Oakland, and I was kind of bummed out, but in the company that I created at that time, which was called Cyrille Films, I had 2 sides. I wanted to do my features, but I also wanted to do portraits of American people, because I wanted to show the America that I knew, as far as all my early struggles in New York as a bicycle messenger, bouncers, and all those crazy time at the hype of the late 80s into the 90s when the hip hop was so good. But in 2004, so I wanted to do portrait of the America I knew, which was not the America, the political America that is known all over the world. And on a rainy day, I walked down to a bookstore in Jack London Square, and I picked up the Ojibwe Warrior, the autobiography of Dennis Banks, who was one of the co-founders of the American Indian movement. And when I read his book, I say, I got to find that man, and that's the man with whom I should start my American portraits. And it was complicated to find him, but at one point I called his house in Minnesota, and I knew Dennis had 25 kids, right? But someone picked up the phone, and I say, "Is this Darla?" That was one of his daughters, and she said yes, and she told me that Dennis was in the Bay Area to bless the Shelmont Walks.
Oh, wow.
And that there was a potluck, and then I found out that there was a potluck at the community house, and I got to the potluck, and when everybody went to eat their food, Dennis was sitting by himself, so that's when I talked to him the first time. But I first felt him in my back when he came in the room. I felt him. So then I jumped to him and I talked to him about, his book and Marlon Brando and all this and all that and stuff, and talk a little bit about the project. But then the people come back with food, and those people have been with him for 40 years or more, so I kind of got ejected from the place, right? And outside smoking my cigarette and thinking about how can I get back to him. And then I heard through the grapevine that he was going to be, there was a dinner in Round Lake on Tuesday, the next Tuesday, and all he told me was that he wanted to see my work. So I got there on the next Tuesday and at Round Lake, and there was just maybe 10, 15 people at the table. So that was like, it's a strong group right there. And I was a little intimidated and stuff, and I tried to go get a beer somewhere to shake my nerves a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
but there was no liquor store around the corner. So I sat at the bar with a guy, and he was drinking a red tail. So I had the guy for two, and then an Indian woman come out, and she was drinking wine. Drank wine, was talking with them and stuff. And Dennis was drumming. And at the end of the drumming, I go and talk to him, right? And he said he wants me to film the fundraising concert in San Francisco. And I'm like, yes, Dennis, but you tell me you're going on a run for 71 days across America, and I tell you I want to be there with you because I'm a runner too, and I want to run and I want to do your portrait on the run.
Oh, yeah.
And I said the logistics to film a concert in San Francisco is not the same as going on the road for 70 days when it's 3 months away. So look at me and you're on. I said, what? You're on. No booze. So because he smelled the wine or the beer in my face, right? So it was like, I said, no, in fact, I never drink because I was a bouncer for 14 years, and see the people's behavior. You don't want me to get on the same poison as them, So too many stupid drunks in my life to want to be one of them. So that's how I met Dennis, right? At the time, I'm kind of married. I'm married or not really. I don't know. Yes, I think I'm married already. I'm married to my business partner. And we made the thing. So here we are, and that's how I got to meet Dennis and get on that run. And that run was something else, That run was something else. We covered 8,000 miles in 71 days. That's 8,000 miles of prayers.
Oh, yeah.
Some youngsters ran 2 marathons. A couple run 87 miles in 24 hours.
Wow.
And, it was, and we go on the little road, we meet the people there. And yes, so after that, when I got back, I got back to California with like 80 hours of footage, and one of the funny thing about it also, it was like people were on a spiritual walk, and they were not there to be filmed, and that's what Owns the Saber says in the movie when he says, what kind of spirituality is there when you're behind a camera taking picture all day long? I put that in the movie at one point where we in Louisiana or somewhere in the middle of the movie. You got an elder with that voice saying that, what is the point of being it's vanity or something. Calls it like that, So so I had nobody's release before I start shooting. So I didn't know, I had no idea if I was going to have a movie. And my assistant said, what we're doing? I said, shoot their feet, shoot their back. They don't want to be shooting in the face, shoot them in the back. But as far as you are a runner, you are part of the thing. The camera is just one part of you. But the camera works better, especially in those conditions when you're praying a little bit. Yeah. So that's how I got with Dennis. And then when I came back, it took me a long time to edit and to find the story. And I tried to get some help. So I first started doing every tape. I tried to get 5 minutes out of it and put it on YouTube and stuff like this, because nobody's gonna. And the thing was, I was formed to edit on Avid, on Media Composer, not on Final Cut or any of those other programs. And those things you find in post-production, it's not really like you can have it running on your iMac. So I was trying to find help with post-production, and I did all those little 5 minutes on YouTube. And because for me, that was a way to show what I had to an eventual post-production facilities that will open the door to me to do my work. I even went to Sundance, but there was really no help from nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I got onto Final Cut in my iMac, and I think I had a Final Cut 6 student version, and that's how I cut that piece. And it was in 2018 that Sonny insisted for me to put it on YouTube before I lose my last copy.
Oh yeah, sure.
And so if the 4,000 viewers or whatever, how many they are on the movie, they owe it to Sonny Leilani, because she insisted strongly that I publish that before I lose the piece. And of course, the game for me was always to get back on the road. And to get back on the road, I got to sell the movie so I can make another one, so I can get back on the road. But my wife didn't want me to go back on the road like this. So when I was done with the cut, I went back to acting. And then into but I always wanted to have an impact. I don't want to go through life like I want to have an impact. I want to shake them. I want them to. I don't know. It's love in certain ways, but my way is kind of maybe aggressive, But at the same time, I think what I leave behind is mostly love. But it's not easy to get there for me.
So when you said you saw the light in their eyes or people light up, it really reminded me of what happens quite a bit when I play music, is that somebody will come up to me and be like, thank you for the memory, or you can just tell you play you play their favorite song and they just light right up. And it's a wonderful feeling. It just makes my day. Is that what you're talking about when you said the same thing?
Yeah, it's also about that kind of society has become so sterile, right? You know, it's becoming so sterile. It's like you got all those pickup trucks and you can't smoke in the street anymore. You know, it's like it's like all those that conditionment I mean, the attraction about this country for the rest of the world is it's the wilderness. It's those white land that we try to protect. That's what attract people here. When I want to go back to France, my mom says no, and she says no. And she said because you're a person from the wild space. You know, you're that kind of person. You're gonna come back to France. You're gonna be feeling all locked up.
And experiencing America, you know, in between New York and LA, going through, that's the heartbeat, that's the heartland of it.
Yeah, and the thing is also when you travel like this, you meet good people. You know, you meet real good people anywhere, you know. And the political game is just insane. It's just so stupid because it's just breaking us apart, you know. People who could be friends and they're not friends because of political puppets, because that's all they are. We learned that from Standing Rock. They're all puppets. They don't control shit. They're just puppets, you know. And they don't represent us. They represent the corporation now, you know. So the whole game is just too stupid because it's never the place. It's always the neighbors.
So you said you were in Standing Rock for like 6 months, I believe. Does it differ every place you go to, or do you have an idea of how long you're going to spend there, or is it just hit and miss?
Well, everything is a little special, right? In Standing Rock, what happened is when the tribal council, I was at the tribal council in the end of January or something, and they decided that the water protector, where if you didn't have a tribal membership, you will be arrested and spend 5 years in federal prison. I don't need that experience in my life. And so what I did after that is I called Dennis. When I heard that, I said, Dennis, that is turning against us, you know, and they have no right to do that because Ocheri Shakouin was on the north side of the Cannonball River. That is turning against us, you know, and they have no right to do that because Ocheri Shakouin was on the north side of the Cannonball River. And the north side of the Cannonball River is not on the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe Reservation. But it's treaty land. It's Laramie Treaty Land from 1862. So what they were afraid of was for us to do the squatter thing, which is like you fence the place, you hold it for 5 years, and it's yours. You know, that's how they fucking messed up Hawaii with that thing, you know? That's how Hawaii got colonized over there. So that's why they wanted to kick us out so bad. So I called Dennis because I was referring to him. For me, I was just a name warrior, and I'll explain what it is in a minute. But I referred to my authority. I called Dennis, and he said that was his last word to me. He said, "I'm proud of you. You've done your duty," and that was it.
So when it's time to go, it's just time to go.
So yeah.
Now, if anybody listening wants to help out, what can they do? Do you have any information that you can give to contact somebody that would want to help?
Gas cards.
Yeah, but that would help a lot.
Gas cards. Yeah, they can definitely. We can definitely pass the hat around. And they can definitely. I am me on Facebook or stuff like this or whatever, and follow the stories there. Understand that it's a work of love, and I understand that some people, they have their priorities and they are in their spot, but they need to understand that the stand that we take right now deserves support. And the more support we will get, the more work we will do, meaning that I don't have to go do $8 an hour job, 8 hours a day in order to get myself a place where I can work. Because that type of work here is detrimental to the work to protect Mother Earth.
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. So, what are your plans for the immediate future? Are you planning on making some stuff happen, or are you kind of thinking about just going with the flow and taking it as it comes?
No, I'm not going to go with the flow, because there is no flow. I am the flow. We are the flow. We are the three people here. We are the flow. So we have to grow that flow. We have to grow that flow by any means.
Well, hey man, I just wanted to thank you for coming on the podcast. And if you ever get this way, hit me up so we can hang out a bit.
Yeah, I hope we get together someday too. At some point, we need to cross roads.
Yeah, for sure. If you get an idea for a tune or something for one of your movies, let me know, and maybe we could do a little collaborating and come up with something for musically for some of your stuff too.
Oh yeah. A
lot of fun, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
So if you get a melody, just whistle it in a voice recording.
Yeah.
And send it to me, and I'll figure something out.
Oh yeah, great. That's how I worked my first film. I just worked them like silent movies. I just buy a musician or whatever, and I said, "This is the piece," and I just want you to watch it and play what comes.
Yeah, that's great. You just let the magic happen. Yeah. So definitely hit me up sometime, man. Especially if you get down this way.
I like the Texas, the people in Texas. They're not as bad as people say.
Man, I absolutely love it out here. Love it. Yeah, and this is the longest place I've been since 2017, so...
Wow.
I've been here a little over a year now.
Wow.
So definitely keep in touch and let me know what's going on, what your future plans are, and...
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You'll be updated.
So thank you once again for coming on the podcast, and please come back anytime. You're more than welcome, and I really enjoyed our conversation, man. Take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Well, there it is. Cyrille Autin, the actor, activist, and filmmaker. I will have all his social media info in the description below, so if you want to contact him directly, feel free, or go to his YouTube channel, or go to his Facebook page. Like he said, that's the best way to get a hold of him. This was just a total blast for me. I really enjoyed it a lot, so I hope you guys had fun with it. If you want guitar lessons, feel free to hit me up at kevinwinsettmusic.com. I will have my info in the bottom too, for you to check out. And I hope y'all have a great week. Next week's gonna be fun. I am going to start pushing the envelope a little bit on my comfortability. So I'm gonna be talking about things that make me a little screamy-ish. Anyway, I hope you guys dig it, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you very much.